What's good, everyone? DarkRadar here, coming at you with a tutorial video on how to replace the fuel pump for a 2014 Nissan Altima. The issue with the vehicle was it was having trouble starting up. Sometimes it would start up right away, sometimes it would struggle, take about 3 to 4 or 5 seconds, and then it would eventually start up. I ran a couple of spark tests, took it to AutoZone, had them check the battery, had them check the alternator, had them check the starter. That all seemed fine. I did some troubleshooting myself. I checked the spark on the ignition coils, the spark plugs as well. I also replaced the camshaft sensor. That didn't seem to work as well. So I decided to take it to a garage and have them run it up on their computer, the diagnostic computer. They charged $70 to do so, which they did. They ran it up on the computer, and they found out that the car's fuel pump pressure was not regulating like it should be. Meaning that it's not at every crank up starting like it should be starting. So what that means is that when the fuel pressure is regulated, it'll start something like this. And the fuel pressure is not regulated, it'll sound something like this. So that's the issue that we're dealing with. So the garage that I took it to wanted to charge us upwards of $1,300 for the job to replace the fuel pump for the Altima. I basically just took it to them to find out exactly what was the issue. I work on the cars myself. I have Hondas, Nissans. I used to work for Acura. I've replaced fuel pumps before. So I paid $89, got the part on Amazon. So that's the purpose of this tutorial video, is to show you in 10 easy steps how to replace the fuel pump on a 2014 Nissan Altima. Now, if you don't have any mechanical experience, I probably wouldn't try this at home. This can pose as a fire hazard, but I have simplified it, 10 easy steps as I mentioned, but they will be in depth. So stay tuned, I will have more content and more reviews to come. There'll be tutorials on all kinds of things, cooking, auto mechanics, whatever. So without further ado, let's get on to the tutorial. Oh, and make sure you have on some protective eyewear and a fire extinguisher. And good luck. DarkRadar Productions. So I was experiencing some rough starting with the car. Did some spark tests. Figured out it wasn't the spark. So it was either the oxygen or the fuel. So I just took it to a mechanic, to a garage, had them hook it up to their diagnostic computer. And they were able to tell that the pressure was off and on the fuel pump. So that's what the issue was. Yep, so I paid about $90 for this. Ooh, this stinks. They wanted to, I'm not going to put them on blast, but the mechanic place that I took it to, that's what they wanted to charge. Just to do the fuel pump, so. Oh, I forgot to mention, so they had that little flow piece that was off of it. I would take it apart, but I don't want to mess it up. But basically, it snaps off here. You put it in there. You snap the piece into here, and that's how you get it. Because this doesn't come pre-attached on it, I guess, because they don't want it to bend in the box. Step 1, disconnect the negative terminal from the battery. Now what this is going to do is ultimately prevent us from getting shocked or causing an explosion due to a spark shock or something like that. It's usually a 10mm nut. Move that, get that out the way. So upon removing the rear seats to get access to the fuel pump, you see right there, there's going to be some clips. Zoom out. There we go. It goes in there. So you pull this tab right here, lift it up. Same thing for the other side. And then there's a little hook piece right there that goes on this piece right here. So you basically essentially just push down, pull up, and the seat is out. Now what we have to do is turn these Phillips head screwdriver clockwise, like so. And this should pop off. Space cover to the plate, and here we go. Disconnect these wires right there. Yeah, there we go. A little fluid came out, as expected. This piece right here, we're gonna have to remove. So we're gonna have to put it on the new one. So I'm gonna lift this up a little bit right here. I'm gonna need a flathead for this. Wait, actually, we have to use this right here. Yeah, leave that over there, then you gotta do the same thing. Come on. There we go. Right. This piece is very important. I'm gonna hold on to this piece. I'm gonna put this right here for now. All right. So I recommend when you're taking this off, right here, you put the piece, make sure it's not like steel, make sure it's like brass. Brass won't spark. You want to put it on, not this part, which is what I originally did it on. No, you want to put it on the part right here. So when I put it back on, I'll show you what I mean. Because if you try to do it that way, it'll just keep bending and you'll never get it off. It's a pain in the ass. Anyway, all right. So let's finish what we were doing. There we go. Woo! See that? Perfect! Now she just popped up. Alright, let's get this off. There we go. Let's try to remember the setup. I took pictures, so it should be like that. Alright, let me go get a bag for this. Now remember, when you take this out, you want to pull it up, get this out of the way. There's going to be that little flow thing, regulator. So it's usually connected to this right here. So we're going to put it up with an angle. Let's get these lines out of the way. And there we go. Without making too much of a mess. This is the old ring. We got a new ring, so we don't need it. Get this in the bag. Get this out the car before it leaks. So for any of y'all out there who wanted to know what a fuel tank looks like on the inside, your reservoir, there it goes. make sure you wipe off that area, clean it up so that not too much debris gets into the fuel tank. Then we're going to place this on here like so. Then we're going to take this guy, and if I wasn't mistaken, I believe he was in this way. There we go. So we're going to put the flow in first, obviously. Get that bad boy in there, move this out the way, just slide him in there. Spring loaded, as I mentioned, it's spring loaded, so like that. I'm going to give it a little bit of force. Just a little bit. There we go. That's good like that, right? I'm going to get this. Let's get this on first. There we go. Now let's try that again. Let's give that one more shot. All right. There we go. Remember I said spring loader, so push down on it. And then we're going to try to there we go. That's good. You want to get it into these. There we go. There we go. So you see, you want to get it into these grooves that are right here. Let me show you close up. You're going to get that in these grooves, and then you're going to hammer it back in. All right, like so. So step 7, what we want to do is we want to reconnect the fuel lines. Remember, make sure you have this blue piece here or it won't clip in place. And then you want to also plug in the plug. All right, now let's connect that back together. Screw that up. Counterclockwise, just like we did before. Counterclockwise, counterclockwise. All right, now we're going to reconnect the negative terminal. There we go. All right, let's start her up. Perfect. Power up. Perfect.